Great. Good morning, my dear friends. Happy Independence Day. Let us all together make this nation as a wonderful place to live in. Okay. So in this video, we are going to discuss what is method overriding, how can we achieve method overriding. Okay. So method overriding is the process of changing or overriding the implementation of superclass non-static method with implementation of subclass non-static method during object creation of subclass is called method overriding. You may get confused, okay, by looking at the definition. Okay, so it is nothing but during object creation of subclass I will change or override the implementation of superclass non-static method with implementation of subclass non-static method. Okay, so we will see it very practically. Okay, so it has certain rules to be followed, okay, in order to achieve method overriding. So first rule is that there must be at least two classes with inherency. Maximum we can have any number of classes, okay, with inherency to achieve method overriding, but at least minimum two classes are there. Two classes must be there, that too with inherency. Okay, name and formal arguments, return type of superclass non-static method and subclass non-static method must be same. So the access specifier of superclass non-static method and subclass non-static method must be same. Okay, or the access specifier of superclass non-static method should have higher visibility compared to access specifier of superclass non-static method. Okay, let us see all these points practically. So I have created two classes here, superclass and subclass. Okay, and the subclass extends superclass. Okay, that is what we discussed. Okay, there must be at least two classes with inherency. Okay, we followed the first rule. Okay, we have two classes and the relation between these two classes is inherency. There is a relation. Okay, so I'm going to create a non-static variable in superclass. Okay, public void and test. Okay, so I'm not giving any formal arguments. Okay, I have created a non-static method of superclass and I'm going to give, okay, I'm going to write a printing statement in this non-static method. I'm going to give printing statement as, okay, superclass. Okay, I have created a non-static method of superclass. So what is rule of method overriding? We should have same non-static method in the other class also. Okay, let me create same non-static method here also, public void test. Okay, so I'm not giving any formal arguments. Okay, so I have created a same method which is there in superclass. so but I'm going to give different implementation. Okay, so the implementation is subclass. This is subclass. Okay, so non-static method is same. Okay, but implementation is different, body is different. Okay, so if you want to execute these non-static methods, what is mandatory? Object creation is mandatory. Okay, object creation is mandatory. Okay, interviewer will ask, okay, what is mandatory if you want to execute non-static method? Object creation is mandatory. Without object creation you cannot execute non-static methods. Okay, so let me create object here in this class. Okay, so let me create object for superclass. Okay, superclass is equal to obj1 is equal to new. Okay, so we have created object of superclass. Okay, I can make use of this object reference to call test method. Okay, so if I run the program, I'm going to get output as superclass. Okay, so I'll get output as superclass because the implementation of non-static method present in superclass is superclass. Okay, so if I create object of subclass, okay, subclass is equal to obj2 is equal to new subclass. Okay, if I create object of subclass using subclass object reference, if I call test method, okay, so the implementation of subclass will be executed. Okay, so output will be superclass and subclass. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create subclass reference, subclass object type. Okay, subclass obj3 is equal to obj2. What I'm doing here, I'm doing upcasting here. I'm just doing upcasting here. Okay, I'm just doing upcasting here. So obj3 is equal to obj2. I'm doing upcasting here. What do you mean by upcasting? The process of converting subclass type object reference. Okay, the process of converting subclass type object reference into superclass type is called upcasting. I have done upcasting here using this upcasted reference variable of using subclass object reference variable of this subclass superclass. If I call test method, okay, so I'm going to get output as subclass. Okay, so if you can see here, so first for 8th statement the output is superclass, for 10th statement the output is subclass, for 12th statement the output is subclass. Okay, even though obj3 is a subclass type, obj3 is subclass type object reference. Okay, sorry, superclass object reference, even though obj3 is superclass object reference. Okay, I'm going to get output as subclass. Okay, so here method overriding has happened. Okay, using object reference of superclass or subclass. If we call test method, okay, the implementation of subclass will be executed. Okay, hope you got what do you mean by subclass. Okay, so practice it, watch more videos regarding this, browse this topic in Google. Okay, so but be clear in this topic. Okay, so runtime polymorphism, if you want to learn polymorphism, runtime polymorphism especially, so method overriding is very important. Okay, so go through this. Okay, so have a nice day.